Hello, good day to everyone. Hello to the FQ moms and FQ dads, FQ dudes and FQ dudettes. This is your fellow FQ mom, Rose Fres Fausto. What does FQ mean? So yung mga regulars natin dyan, please do share kung ano yung meaning ng FQ para sa inyo. To the ones who are encountering this term for the first time, FQ, stands for Financial Intelligence Quotient. It is our ability to make sound decisions and actions in managing our personal finances. In other words, it's the IQ and EQ of handling money. And if you want to learn more about that, just get a copy of all those books and just visit me on fqmom.com. Today is a very special episode because we're going to talk about, of course, money and how creatives have to manage their money. And I'd like to call on my co-host for today, my favorite FQ son number 3.
Hello.
My favorite bunso, VJ Anton.
Hello, good morning. Good morning to all the Kumunizens there. My name is Anton, son number 3. So, every week, if this is your first time watching the show, every week, we take turns. Brother number 1, brother number 2, brother number 3. Pero, alam naman na, I don't know kung same sa inyo, mga boys, competitive. So, palagi we want our episode to have the most number of views. So, lahat dyan, baka we can have a red carpet. Maybe you guys can hopefully share the stream, share it to all your friends. Kasi yung pag-uusapan natin, di ba, mga money lessons, values, yan, it's applicable naman yan to all ages, to everybody, no matter what stage you are in your life. That's right.
Yes. So Anton, to those who are encountering you for the first time, maybe you'd like to tell them more about yourself.
So my name is Anton. I'm here on Kumu also every Thursday at 8 p.m. So it's happening later. It's the show produced by Kumu and Mix called Homegrown. It's about Philippine hip-hop culture. Again, every Thursday, 8 p.m. I'm also a Mixed VJ. I won the Mixed VJ search back in 2019. So I'm also a host, and I do have my own podcast called the Anton on One podcast. You can see it on YouTube at kung saan nyo ba kinukuha yung mga podcast niyo. And I also love to dance. So I'm also a dance fitness instructor currently at 808 Studio. What else do? I love to live life.
Love to look at the sunset.
I love to look at the sunset, especially ngayon, kahit mainit. This summer, at least maganda yung sunset natin. And I'm also I'm a VJ at Mix, which is a music channel, so I really do love music. And it is a big part of my life, especially yung medyo tinatawag natin mga old school music.
Yeah, among my 3 sons, the bunso is the one who's so into our era of music. You are so into 80s,
That's right.
That's why, this is such an exciting episode. So, sino yung mga na-excite na dyan? Sina Anthony Longanilla, EJ Hai Sosa,
Marian.
So, okay, I ready nyo na yung mga questions here kasi you can ask directly all the way from Sydney, Australia. Our special guest for today is one of the OPM legends. Pakitaan nga natin ng mga sample. Ayun, no? Diba? Yung bandila ng bansa talaga nandyan. And the one on the right, bagets ba sila? Our guest is really a legend in the Philippine music industry. He started very young, way back in his high school days at the
Ateneo?
Yeah.
And he's a creative professional who really creative talaga. When you say creative kasi, it's not narrowed na isang trabaho lang yun, one job. This guy did a lot of things. He created music, he hosted, he had shows, photography, dami talaga.
Teacher, he actually taught in Ateneo, and he also has, from time to time, he has this creativity workshop, which I took separately, and Papa also took it separately, and even Tita Dada. Super nire-recommend ko kasi. So, siguro wag na nating patagalin, Let's all welcome Mr. Jim Paredes!
Yay! Send your gift, show some love!
Hello! Hi!
Hello! Kamusta naman po kayo dyan?
It's very nice here. It's very cool actually right now. We have something like 18 degrees. So I'm wearing a light, I know it's very hot out there sa Philippines,
Yeah.
pero dito masarap. Papunta ng winter. Yes.
Kumusta na ang COVID situation dyan?
Well, they found 2 cases last week,
Big deal.
and they couldn't trace where it came from. So there's now limitations again. You have to wear masks in public, and only 20 visitors in the house are allowed.
20?
20, yes.
Wow.
Before
Masaya
that,
naman.
wala nang restrictions eh. Wala na talaga. We could travel anywhere in
Oh,
Australia,
di-
and I just got my shot also last week. So
Oh, that's
Yay,
good.
yeah,
congratulations. So, is that the first or the second shot?
first one, AstraZeneca.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So, I think marami ring dumating na AstraZeneca ngayon, no?
right.
Hopefully.
Oh.
Hopefully, matawag na rin tayo, no?
Mm-mm.
So, this is going to be a very exciting conversation, Jim. And then from time to time, we will allow our viewers to also ask their questions directly. Oh, dami papadala ng halo-halo. So, ano kaya? Umpisahan natin dun sa when did this really start? It's in the grounds of the Ateneo High School ba?
It started. I was like 14. I wrote my first song, and I thought it was like no. It started when I was 11. I got a guitar, and that guitar just spoke to me like anything. It became like a, it sort of defined me. And during those times na bata ka na masyado kang self-conscious and
Mm.
everything, you're not articulate, di ba? It was a second language to me,
Mhm.
where a minor chord could express how lonely I was, and a, and a major seven chord would feel like I was like in a blues bar. Talagang that was for me, that was the magic that lit everything. I wrote my first song at 14,
Okay.
and then I wrote another one called New Day, which became quite popular. Never recorded for about the first 8 years, no? Became
Mhm.
very popular all over one radio station, most requested, you know. And in high school, we would sing during lunch break. People would join me. That's how I met Buboy.
Uh-uh.
And
Were you
we would
really
just sing during lunch break.
classmates? Were you really classmates, you and Buboy, in high school? Or ibang section siya?
Ibang section, actually, since prep, nakikita ko na siya.
Oo.
No? Nakikita na kami, pero, ibang section. So, and then I
Yes.
saw him play the drums when we were grade 7, on
Mm.
stage. And then
Dito,
I
I
wasn't,
have
I
a question.
wasn't sure. Yeah,
I have a question about yung high school. You're mentioning high school experiences.
yeah.
Nagawa niyo na po ba na magharana during parang for prom or ball? High school kasi uso yun eh. Sa amin, for dances, ginagawa namin, we would dance to yung girlfriend ng barkada namin, something like that. Sa inyong version, did you do that also? You'd perform, you'd go to their school, then you sing in public. Uso po ba yun?
We were like invited to every girls' school then.
Wow.
Kasi parang ano kami eh, we were so cool then. So, ayun, sisigawan yung mga girls, tapos papagalitan sila ng mga madre. Alam mo na yun, di ba?
Oo, ganun. Ano?
So, it started with that. And kami, music, hey, music introduces to the girls. So what could be wrong with that, right?
Yeah. Amen.
Amen. So, ganun ang nangyari doon. Music was like a magnet, no? For us to meet the girls. But for me, I really wanted to write. Tapos nung naging group na kami, we came to the conclusion na parang we were singing English. I was writing in English exclusively.
Uh-huh.
Tapos, we realized na we wanted to be what the Beatles were to British society. The
Mm.
Beatles wrote for their own society, right? And as much as we love the Beatles, we know they didn't write their songs for us. We're just
Yeah.
a fringe market, di ba? So we wanted to do for Filipinos what the Beatles did for their own country. So nagsulat kami in Tagalog. So ganun ang nangyari doon. It was like a self-discovery of everybody's been singing English since we can remember. Of course, we're the Kundimans, but we were not into that eh. So
Uh-huh.
nag-OPM kami, yun ang nangyari. And it changed everything. Yeah.
Yes. Ayun, nagpapadala ng lugaw sina Crystal, halo-halo, sina User 486. Right.
Salamat, ha?
Oh, so Jim, kailan yung unang beses kayong kumita dahil dyan sa pinaggagawa nyo?
Our first gig was for the Philippine Pest Control Association. We were paid
Wow!
70 pesos, no? 70 pesos. Ang first song pa namin noon was a cover of the song Suicide is Painless, no? And I remember Danny saying, we dedicate this to all of your victims. Walang natawa talaga.
Oh, sabi ni Adora Fausto, my sister-in-law, Apo was always at St. Paul's QC.
Did she study?
Yeah.
Go!
So anyway,
Yeah.
70 pesos. Ang ginawa namin noon, nagsisigarilyo pa kami noon. Bumili kami ng as many cigarettes as we could and we just divided it.
Sayang. Dito,
Bad example. Yeah.
if you knew FQ then, baka you would have saved. Save at least 20% of that. That
That's
would have
right.
bought
Yeah.
more cigarettes today.
Turuan. Dapat na same at least 20% of your 70 pesos. Divided by 3 pa yun, no?
And then we got our first recording contract,
Ooh.
which was really quite traumatic. Because we auditioned with the song Mahirap Magmahal ng Shota ng Iba to a big record company. And it was rejected.
Really?
Oh, hindi raw maganda yung kanta. So they said, wala na tayong ibang kanta. So we had a song called Manila, which was really pangit talaga. Tapos yung sinabi nila, yan ang kikita. We guarantee 100,000. Hindi naman kumita, hindi naman nag-hit.
Oh,
So,
100,000 at time.
100,000 copies yun of 45s.
Sorry. Okay. Wait, 100,000 copies.
Oo. Ganun kalalaki mga sales nun eh.
Oh,
Anyway, when we went to the second record company, which was Gem Records,
naalala ko yun.
so we recorded that and became a hit.
Mahirap magmahal.
Yeah, we trusted our instincts na. Parang sabi namin, what are these executives? No, they don't know anything.
Yeah.
I want to ask about that song. Mahirap magbahal ng shota ng iba. Was that based on personal experience? Or
Yeah.
kaibigan? Oh, okay.
Yours?
Well, kinda. More like Danny.
Medyo nag-hesitate.
Oo.
So, andyan pa ba? Andyan pa si Shota ng Iba? Buhay pa?
Hindi ko nga maalala kung sino yun actually.
Di na maalala yung kwento kung did the song reach her?
Ay. How about
Does
that?
she know na it was for
Palagay
her?
ko narinig niya yun. Baka nagtawanan lang kami.
Interesting.
Then after that, sunod-sunod na,
Alam mo yung song na yan, dahil nire-reflect nyo pa nga yung inflation dati, di ba? Trend kasi sa trend.
No, that's Pumapatak ang Ulan.
Makakaltasan. Tapos
That's Pumapatak ang Ulan. That's another song.
Ay, mali.
Pumapatak ang Ulan yun.
What song is it?
Oo, mali.
Is
Yung
it Pumapatak?
pumapatak pala yun, yung may inflation.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry.
Karaoke ni Edgar sa version na iba yun.
Okay. So, ito yung mahirap magmahal. Ba't ko na-connect yun, Kasi pareho kasi tumatawag sa
Yeah.
Sa telephone.
iPhone pa yun. Hindi ko na na-experience yun.
Yeah.
yung red telephone nung araw. Kaaliw. So,
But during that time, as much as we were selling records, the royalty system was not put up yet.
Oh, yes. That's a very
So
good
we just get a lump sum, like 300 pesos for a song.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Just payment.
Basically, that was it.
Mm-mm.
It was only much, much later on that the royalty system began to kick in.
Yes.
Some people would actually sell their songs outright, no? So they had no rights to the song anymore.
Okay.
Kami, he said, we own the song. The
Yes.
300 pesos is only what you pay for a permission to own a version. So, we were wise to that Because I heard about songwriters who were like dirt poor during that time. Talaga starving.
Yes.
But they would write a big song and then, they'd get 180 pa nga yung iba
Okay.
Or 80 pesos Tapos
Okay.
nakakain sila, ganun. Ako, parang I told myself, babuyan na yun masyado. So I said, no, we own the songs. You're just hiring us for this version. If I want to record this again later on, I can record it with another version.
Mm-mm.
So you're just paying for one, they call it one
Mhm.
mechanical right ang tawag doon.
Right.
Oo.
So ngayon, are you able to collect royalties in an efficient way? May sistema bang
Much,
maayos?
much more efficient, but still a lot of work to be done.
Okay.
When I joined PhilSCAP, no, PhilSCAP is a Society of Composers and
Mhm.
Publishers of the Philippines. And what they do is they collect all royalties due to their members, no. In other
Mm.
words, kung publisher ka ni ano ni uh, give an artist abroad, any artist abroad, you hold the publishing rights here in the Philippines. PhilSCAP collects for you,
And
no?
then gives to
And
you.
then PhilSCAP sends what is due to Rod Stewart
Ah,
to Rod Stewart. Ganun nangyari. So, but
okay.
that means PhilSCAP now is collecting from YouTube, Spotify, Apple,
Ah,
Deezer, lahat, no?
all the streaming.
Yeah, so ang laki na. Dati wala pang streaming eh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So okay.
purely mechanical records or printed sheet, di ba?
Mm,
Sheet
mm.
music or versions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear, no? Tapos, ngayon siguro, let's start to talk about the creative process.
Yeah.
But before that, I wanted to
sige.
ask, we were talking about money na kasi.
Sige, go ahead.
Was it in high school, Tito, that you decided na this is something you want to really earn from? Kasi 70 pesos, di ba?
I was
it
enjoying the music. No, when I finished college, I applied for a job in San Miguel.
Okay.
And I got in, no? But I never showed up for work.
Not even one
Because-
day.
Not even one day, because I was on the day that I was supposed to show up, I was actually, I had an existential crisis.
Okay.
Ito pa talagang gusto ko, di ba?
Okay.
Do I see myself wearing a necktie, behind the desk and everything?
Uh-huh.
And I had no job, and my brother was so upset with me because he had
Yes.
just finished AIM and he thought, wow, that's the best thing that ever happened to his life. So he told me, take the test in AIM. I'll pay for your education. No? So I took the entrance test in AIM and I never checked whether I passed or not. And I just said, well, I'll just be here, waiting for gigs. So sometimes 3 months, nasa bahay lang ako. Pag-gitara-gitara. And I'm sure my mother was kind of upset, but she wouldn't say it kasi sinabi niya sa akin dati, you can be anything you want to be, kahit na maging kusinero ka. Okay lang yun, as long as you try to be your best.
Oh.
That's siya masabi.
So, yun pala ang pinanghawakan niya, no?
Yeah.
Na pwede daw eh. Basta ayaw.
Tapos then we started to make, gigs here and there. Then we got into a TV show called Okay Lang, which ran for about 1.5 years, I think. So I had a steady job for 1.5 years. Moved out, got my own apartment, and started saving. This is important. I started saving 80% of everything I earned.
Wow.
80%.
You. Galing,
Even with your own
Discipline talagang discipline. My idea was, make as much money, itabi mo for the future kasi this is so unsteady. Besides, I
Yes.
could live with the 20%. Yeah.
Oo.
Meanwhile, Danny and Boboy did not follow that. So ako lagi may pera. Sila. Waiting for the next gig.
Kasi di ba Ilocano jeans ka?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Ilocano ka ron. Sige. So, kanina, okay ka na doon? Gusto kong, Jim, gusto ko pag-usapan natin yung, di ba yung handog ng Pilipino sa mundo? Kung gaano kabilis mo ginawa yung song.
That was laser-like eh. Parang nangyari sa akin kasi, at the time I sat on the piano, alam ko na, nandito na eh. To bring it out, would take 5 minutes, right? To sing the song would take 5 minutes. But it was already done in my mind, no? So I was writing like really, really fast. Di na ako papayag mo. Talagang mabilis na wala nang tigil na ganun. Almost like frenzied writing. So I always say, it's done in 2 minutes.
Wow.
I always say that. Done in 2 minutes.
No
because
revision?
It was. Because it was marinating in my head for so long.
Yan, nandyan na, no?
Parang hindi mo alam na consciously or unconsciously, you're piecing together image, like sa akin, magkakapit bisig libu-libong tao, kay sarap pala maging Pilipino. Lahat yung nakita ko eh. Nagkasama ng mahirap at mayaman. I saw all of those images and I just sewed them together, no?
Uh-huh.
So it was like that, basically. A truly inspired song, and my muse was right beside me whispering it.
So, ang galing, ano? Iba-iba
The
rin.
best,
It's
let me tell you,
different.
the best songs are written the fastest.
I know, I have a guess why. Because as you said, it has been marinating in your head. So, more or less nabubuo na siya. And it's just a matter of bringing it out, siguro.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. So let's just say thank you to our viewers na mga nagpapa-shout out no. Sana ba 'yun? Wala.
Eureka.
Oo. Sabihin niyo lang kung ano yung mga favorite ninyo na Apo song. Mamaya babasahin natin diyan. Tapos Jim, meron kasi akong napanood na yung bago mong kanta, relatively new, makapapas ko rin, na yung Quarantine Baby. So we would like to share it to our viewers.
But before that, let's ask let's tease it a little bit bago na ipakita. When I first heard Quarantine Baby, ako naisip ko, yung mga babe, yung napanganak during the pandemic.
Hindi na yata si Jim pwede.
I actually wrote that while I was quarantined in a hotel here in Sydney. When I got in, 14 days ako kinulong eh.
Oo, kasi may system na to quarantine.
Yeah.
I asked my son to deliver my guitar to the hotel room, and then I wrote it there. And then ang point ko is, sabi ko, what happens to all of these people who are seeing each other,
Yes.
I mean, what happened to their lives? They're like, social media living. And, there's depression, there's everything. What happened, So I thought of the title Quarantine Baby. When I looked it up, ang dami palang gumawa ng song na Quarantine Baby ang title.
Ganon.
All over the world. All over the world.
Wala pa.
But when you type it now, lumalabas yun sa akin una.
Oo. Ba't kaya?
I think successful yun sa akin.
Sige.
I think.
Okay. So,
sometimes lumalabas una, sometimes nasa top 4, ganun. Depende.
Yeah, so papatapuan natin ngayon. Pakita natin, share natin dyan. And then Jim will get back to you again.
Sure.
Please, sabihan nyo nga rin lang from the audience kung okay yung audio. And meron ka bang may headset? Kasi parang nag-choppy ng konti eh. But let's just be back later. Let's watch this video of Quarantine Baby. Totoo ako sa MTV na to. Let's play it.
Quarantine baby, my special lady. Hanggang social media na lang ba tayo? Pinagbabawalan na tayo'y magkita. Kailan ba tayo magsasama muli? Quarantine baby, it isn't easy. Araw-gabi, ika'y nasa isip ko. Di akalain ito'y mangyayari na mahihiwalay tayo. Dumadaan ang araw, mahaba't mabagal. Ang araw naging linggo, naging ilang buwan. Kailan ba tayo muling magkikita? Pagod na ako sa kahihintay. Quarantine baby, I'm going crazy. Parang wala nang saysay ang mundo. Kapag mawala ka, wala nang pag-asa. Ayoko nang mabuhay pa. kita. Pagod na ako sa kahihintay. Ay, 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 quarantine baby, I'm going crazy. Parang wala nang saysay ang mundo. Kapag mawala ka, wala na akong pag-asa. Ayoko nang mabuhay pa. Ayoko nang mabuhay pa. Quarantine baby.
Yeah.
Quarantine baby.
Ganda.
Nakakakanta eh. I'm going cray cray.
I wanted to ask, how was it like recording that song? No, from different parts of the world, pa.
Yeah, that's what happened. So I wrote the song, sent it to my arranger in Manila, si Marlon Barnuevo, and he sent me a latag. Yung latag yun yung piano score, no?
Okay.
And says, tama ba yung division ng ano? These are the verses and the choruses in the right place and everything. Tama ba yung modulation? Tama ba yung feel? Tama ba yung ano? So we do a back and forth on that. And then when we agree that, yep, that's the right speed, that's the, he arranges everything, puts the horns, puts the guitar, puts everything. And then he sends it back to me. I put my voice in, send it to Boboy. He puts his voice in. Another back and forth, more expression here, do the third voice, I'll do the second, etc., etc. And then back to Marlon, and Marlon mixes everything, and voila, we approve it, and it's go.
Wow. Are you planning on making any new music pa?
I've done, since Quarantine Baby, I've written actually 4 new songs.
Ooh.
They're in my YouTube channel.
Mm-mm.
They're also on Spotify. Just look for
Yeah.
Jim Paredes. Kasi some people look for it on Apo. Hindi nila makikita sa Apo. Apo actually disbanded 10 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah. I watched
So-
that concert.
I have songs on my own, which I do, which the latest one is called Namamahalan ng Totoo, which is getting a lot of feedback. It's good time 80s, 90s vibe.
Oh.
Na sweet love. Oh.
Mm-mm.
Ganda, masaya. Which I really enjoy doing. I'm writing about 3 more songs now. I want to, by the end of this year, gusto ko naka-10 na ako.
Wow,
Wow.
galing ah.
With that, no, kasi someone can describe your career as you had so much success na through decades.
Yes.
Many hits. But dito pa rin tayo, you're still writing music. When you write music, is it just a form of self-expression na lang? Or are there still parang goals you're trying to reach or other things you want to achieve when it comes to the music that you're writing?
There are 2 reasons you write music. No, the most important reason is because you want to. Okay, because a songwriter writes. That's what it is. If you put anything in between there, like a songwriter will only write if he makes money, you're not going to be a good songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or a songwriter will only write if people listen. You're not going to be a good songwriter. A songwriter is unconditional. Whatever you want to do, whatever is your passion, you must be unconditional.
Mm.
I mean, to get religious about it, God never says, I'm going to stop the sunset because nobody's looking at it.
Oh.
But
I'm always
sunsets are what gods do, right? If
Yeah.
you're a god, you make sunsets.
Wow.
And who cares whether you like it or not? That's what I do. Diba?
Yeah.
Ganun yun. Second is I look at, in this modern day and age, to be a writer, to do movies, to do podcasts and everything, you are now a content provider,
Yes.
right? Diba?
Mm.
So the whole idea of what you want to do as an artist who wants to talk to the world is you must provide content.
Uh-huh.
And I still want to talk to the world, no? That's why I'm doing that. I also have a blog. I also have books. I've what do you call this? I used to have a column for which ran for like 12 years or something, which I'm going to restart again in another newspaper.
Okay.
And I'm a photographer. You know, I'm gonna do a podcast. I'm gonna start a podcast very
Ooh.
soon. Also, I do a lot of workshops now online.
Mm-mm.
I do a songwriting workshop like no other. I
Oh,
mean, like
can you
no
tell them
other.
how they can join that songwriting
Well, I
workshop?
announce it on Facebook, no,
Yes.
and on Twitter, and then they contact me, and I keep my class like maybe 15. But right now, my
Mm.
class is 20, and I realize I can handle 20. And a lot of them really thank me so much for it because finally they make sense out of all of this world of music. Dati kala
Mm.
nila, I always say, you know what? Don't, if you have to wait to be inspired to write, then you're not a writer.
Yes. Yes.
You have not awakened to your gift. Your
Yeah.
gift is,
Same.
your gift is you are your own inspiration.
Mm-mm.
Diba? You're the
Yeah.
fire and breath of your own soul. I always say that.
Mm-mm. From the
Yeah.
many songs that you've written, some become bigger hits than
Yes.
others.
Yeah.
Do you know before it becomes a hit, before a lot of people listen to it and external factors show you na, oh, hit nga yung kantang to. Is there some,
No,
do you know, like when
no.
you, wala talaga, there, it's just, all the songs are sort of the same to you. There are no, this is a sure hit. That never happens.
Wala.
It's like photography. Diba? If you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have an exhibit, of 40 pictures, you don't make 40 pictures. You take
Okay.
2,000 pictures and you choose the best, right? And I always
Okay.
say in songwriting, you just keep writing, whether you have an
Yeah.
audience or not. You know,
Yeah.
all hits are accidental.
Yes.
All
Sabi ni
hits.
Enrique, I attended the songwriting workshop of Jim Paredes years ago and it was all caps great.
Wow,
Yon.
thank you. Thank you. Listen to this advice. This applies to everybody. Everything is chamba in songwriting. And in other fields. Even in winning the Olympic gold, it's chamba, no? I mean, you don't say, today I'm going to break my record. You just wake up one day and you break the record, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-mm.
the idea is you must be accident prone to perfection.
Accident. You must be accident prone to
Ganda na na.
perfection.
Pakasulat
Yeah,
nga, you must be accident prone to
accident
perfection.
prone.
Gawa ka lang
In
ng
other words,
gawa kasi it's a low
yes,
probability eh, no?
yes. And
Gawa,
it's the
gawa,
same
gawa.
even with meditation. You don't
Mm,
always see God or anything like that in meditation, but sometimes
yeah.
you do, you know.
Uh-huh.
But you're not going to say, I'm going to meditate once and I'm going to see God. Hey, that doesn't work that way. Di ba? Get real. So just keep showing up and doing it, and it will
Yeah.
happen when it happens. But if you don't show up and do it, it will not happen.
Me-
Guaranteed.
So Jim, meron ka bang favorite? Meron ka bang favorite song?
Paiba-iba. Songs are like children to me.
Oo.
There are
Oh,
children that are, born
anak ko,
superstars,
minsan
di ba?
favorite mo to, minsan favorite. Ano ang favorite song mo ngayon?
Right now, it's Nagmamahalan ng Totoo. It's my new song. I
Mm.
thought I thought the vibe is just so pleasant.
Can you say
Um,
the title again? Mamahalan?
Nagmamahalan ng Totoo.
Nagmamahalan ng totoo.
I wanna go
Oh.
back to the accident, being accident prone to success.
Yes. Ako, I believe in that.
Yeah. Tito, do you have any advice for people who they're let's say they're writing music. Let's say they're podcasters like myself, or they
Right.
do a certain type of art and they keep doing it every day. Pero matagal na, let's say 1 year. It hasn't struck yet. The accident of succeeding hasn't struck. What is your advice for them to continue doing it? Kasi you do art for art's sake, but let's say you want this to be your career. So of course there's the FQ
Money
side, there's the
side.
money side. Let's be
Yes,
practical.
yes.
What is your advice to those people na for some reason they haven't struck gold yet and it's been taking quite a while na?
Well, let me tell you. No? For a content provider like yourself, like a blog or whatever, a podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
The idea is to bring your audience to a place where they've never been. Otherwise, why would they waste their time with you, right?
I
So the
write that
idea
down.
is surprise and delight your audience all the time. keep the music playing. And you know, you do that from an artist point of view. I always say, have a wide library. You know, if you're going to make songs like the latest hit song now, everybody's doing that.
Mm.
So why should you excel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do it your.
And besides, you're gonna sound like you're gonna be dated after a while, right?
Yeah.
You know, a mountain never asks for directions. The mountain is the direction. Correct?
Mm-mm.
Be
Sabi
that
ni
mountain.
Loris, sabi ni Loris, dami daw words of wisdom. Talaga ako, I'm taking down notes na. Gusto ko yung, bring your audience
To a place where they've never been.
Exactly. Exactly.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Why will you write something that's been written already? Di ba? Or why will you say something that's been said?
Okay.
With all this wisdom that you have, did it come
Yeah.
from somewhere else, or is this based on your experience?
My experience, no? And you know, I'm a very observant person, no?
Yeah.
And I also, what really helped me when I in my 40s was I started, no, not in my 40s, mga 48 siguro, I started meditating, Zen
Oh, yeah.
meditation. You know, with Zen, I don't know how to explain it, but you know, you awaken.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
I
awaken to
Mm-mm.
things that other people do not see. You awaken to that. Everybody, parang if reality is here, everybody is behind the mirror,
Mm-mm.
and it's a glass, and they're just looking at it. You are breaking the glass and actually going there. That's what it means to awaken.
Yeah.
You know,
So,
I don't know how else to explain it, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm really very happy that we're having this conversation, the deeper side,
Yeah.
You know, I just want to share this. When I was getting ready for this episode, sabi ko, nag-Spotify ako, mga kanta mo, mga kanta mo. Ang dami. Tapos na ako, ang dami pa rin, And one of my favorites really is the song Panalangin.
Yes.
And I think
That's mine.
Yeah,
That's my favorite.
Sabihin mo na ulit kay Tito Jim.
Yes. Hopefully, I'm not sure if you remember. I mentioned this years ago. It's my favorite Apo song, and it is my dream that when I get married, that's gonna be the song to my first dance. That's hopefully kayo po yung nandun live.
Diba?
Well, let's see what this pandemic does. Are you in a hurry?
Oo.
Pero wala pa.
Wala pa.
Break na eh.
Wala pang ano.
Nag-break. This guy is free.
Wala pa. Medyo mga matagal-tagal pa.
Single siya ngayon. Anyway, so iinggitin kita because, at saka yung mga ibang audience yan, because I've had that privilege to sing duet that very wonderful, wonderful song, Panalangin.
Before we show this,
before we show
tease
this.
it, I want to ask then, just for a brief background. So from the hundreds of people viewing, baka may gama dyan na hindi nila alam yung kantang Panalangin.
Oo.
So for the 5 people there, can you take us back? Do you remember your experience writing and creating this song?
Oh my gosh, I do. And
Okay.
I'll tell you, well, I hope there's time, but I'll tell you an interesting story.
Oh.
I wrote that because I was listening to Imelda Papin and all of these people, and they were doing what they call the Platters beat. Pam, 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 pam. That's what you call the Platters beat. Yung mga songs sila, mga kay rami ng mga wala na, tarara. And they were all hitting. No? Nag-hit lahat. Sabi ko, what if Apo adopted that? Mag-hit kaya? So I made it, and it became a hit. So sabi ko, there's something to that beat.
Is that
Which April Boy Regino used a lot.
Yeah, that's where the beginning, the intro came from.
Pam, 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 pam. Tan, 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 tan. Pom, 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 pom.
Wow.
And again, that's like a 5-minute song, you know. Konti nga ng lyrics nun eh. Oh.
It's a
But
beautiful
you know, I was looking last night how many millions it has been played on Spotify. Gosh, you go to the version of Moonstar 88. I think naka 4 million yata sila. Apo naka 8 million. Daming versions nun eh. So siguro naka 30 million na siguro hits yun or something.
Yeah. But the Apple version is I've listened to many versions of this. Or the Apple
Ah.
version is really the
Not my
The
version.
definitive one.
version.
Sige, introduce it.
Okay, with it, my second favorite version of the song here is during the
25th, the
25th
silver.
anniversary of Mama and Papa, the live performance of Panalangin. Enjoy.
Nanalangin ko sa habang buhay, makapiling ka, makasama ka, yan ang panalangin ko. At hindi papayag ang pusong ito, mawala ka sa ibig, mahal ko iyong dating dalawa at sana naman ay makikinig ka kapag aking sasabihin minamahal kita. Everybody sing along. Panalangin ko sa habang buhay, makapiling makasama, yan ang panalangin ko. At hindi kaya ang pusong ito, mawala ka sa akin, mahal ko iyong dinig. Everybody wave and sing. Wala nang iba pang mas mahalaga sa tamis na tulog ng pag-ibig nating dalawa. At sana naman ay makikinig ka kapag aking sasabihin, aking sasabihin, aking sasabihin, minamahal kita. Shubirubiruwa, panalangin ko sa habang buhay, makapiling ka, makasama ka, yan ang panalangin ko. At hindi papayag ang puso nito, mawala ka sa aking mahal ko iyong tingin. Shubirubiruwa, shubirubiruwa, yan ang panalangin ko. At hindi papayag ang puso nito, mawala ka sa aking mahal ko iyong tingin. Shubirubiruwa, shubirubiruwa, yan ang panalangin ko.
Jim Paredes.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. 6 years ago. Almost 6 years ago.
Naintindihan ko po, Ben. O, di ba? I will forever treasure that, having sung duet with an OPM legend.
Yes.
Nagulat ang mga guests namin, Jim. Ang taray, ang taray. Meron lang ako isang maliit na kwento. Marvin really super surprised me with this. For our silver wedding anniversary, ang regalo po niya sa akin, nagpa-compose siya kay Mr. Jim Paredes ng kanta para sa akin.
Yeah.
Kaya that was like the haba-haba ng hair ko, ang feeling ko talaga. And then, we were in a dinner with a friend of mine na meron siyang asawa na foreigner. So we were talking about that, kwento niya. Siyempre, nagyabang siya na, so when the wife said, you know, Jim Paredes is a very famous composer, musical person. Tapos sabi nila, he is the equivalent of Paul McCartney in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So bilib na bilib yung
Oh my
Foreigner
God.
husband kay Marvin. Really? You were able to do that? So there you go. I will always
Mm.
cherish that moment. Salamat, salamat at nakipag-duet sa akin. Sana sa
Yeah.
susunod, no? Yung sa'yo
Yeah.
naman.
Next na, sana wedding ko. I wanted to ask, no, I'm sure you've been performing through the years, no? When you watch, just the experience of watching yourself perform again, how has that experience changed from the first times you've seen yourself perform in high school
Yeah.
up to today? Like, does it get old? Do you feel nahihiya ka ba? There are times when I see myself on TV, nahihiya ako. I don't like seeing myself. How's that experience like for you?
I've never enjoyed watching myself sing, actually.
Oh.
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
enjoy my recordings, but only after months, like when I release a song and
Mm-mm.
then I listen to it, and then I realize all the mistakes that are there. So I
Ah,
don't want to listen to it first until I forget what the mistakes are.
Mm. Then you can
And then I
appreciate.
go back to it and listen
okay,
to it again.
okay.
But
Okay.
there's an imperative to record, no? Pero
Uh-huh.
ngayon, well, that was me many years ago. And I'm kinder to myself now.
Mm-mm.
I kind of say, well, um, there's value in this song. I hope some people see it.
Mm-mm.
Parang
Yeah.
I don't want to be so tough on myself anymore.
Yes, yes.
You know, parang
Mapapagod.
you have to be unconditional about about what you love, di ba?
Mhm.
Mm-mm. Has your way of listening to music, kasi when I listen to music for fun. I don't compose, I don't
Yes.
write.
Right,
I
right.
listen to music, it's for fun. I like to dance
Yeah.
to it. But when you listen to music, you see see the different layers. Yung
Yeah, yeah.
vocal niya, or the pitch, or baka hindi bagay yung instrument na to. Do you have a brain setting na I'm listening to music for relaxation, for work,
Not to
or
critic.
yeah, or is it you
Oh
just
yeah, yeah.
just the same?
My playlist is so eclectic. There are certain artists that I accept as Bible, na whatever they do, gusto ko.
Okay.
Ganun. Like Steely Dan, for example. For me, Steely Dan is one of the coolest musicians ever. I can't even trace where he got his influences, no? Parang marami pang ibang artists na ganun, but I really don't go for I I try to completely avoid American Top 40 because
Oh,
that's what
really?
everybody listens to.
Hmm.
And you're not
Okay.
gonna learn anything from that because you're gonna be influenced by that like everybody else. You're gonna be,
Ah,
nausong lechon manok, magtatayo ka ng lechon manok, di ba? Ganun na mangyayari dyan eh.
I
I always tell people, yung influences mo dapat hindi alam ng tao. No? I always say, dapat di kita yung tahi.
Mm.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Some
tahi.
people, some people, I listen to the song, I know exactly where they got it from.
Oh, okay. You like
It's like, I mean,
originality.
if you're gonna be a thief, be a good one. Di ba?
Yung hindi halata.
Hindi
Ah,
Oh.
halata.
with that, I understand that, but then for me kasi the way my zero experience in writing music, diba? I
Oh, you
don't
did. You wrote a rap.
yeah, okay, but I don't like to think I created music. I understand there's a sense in don't go for what everyone's listening to.
Yeah.
But I also like to believe na there's a reason. Like I think there's something to learn. Let's say the
Yes.
top 40, diba?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yes.
Kasi it works for a lot of people. There must be a
Mm.
reason why. Example, Tito, have you listened to Dua Lipa, for example? This new medyo new artist.
Sino?
Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa.
I've
She's
heard of the name, but I can't
you don't
remember.
okay,
Oh.
yeah. She's a
Narinig ko na from one of my kids. Oh.
okay, baka
Si
generation.
Taylor
Ba't ako?
Swift, alam mo naman, syempre, no?
Ay, nako. Coming out of my ears. When you have a songwriting class, there's always a Taylor Swift wannabe there.
Oh, well, that shows the influence then.
But I always say, that identity is taken. Please.
Okay.
Tama,
Yeah.
Diba?
no?
Ma-inspire
Tell
ka
me
lang.
who you are. I want to tell me who you are. But that's gonna take you a lot of years to tell me who you are, because you
Yeah.
don't know who you are
Yes.
musically. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you still have to go through a lot of artists, a lot of
Mm-mm.
inspiration.
Correct.
I want to go back, Tito, to when you were talking about career. You had a lot of, well, we know you as the songwriter, but you've had a lot of jobs along the
Yeah.
way. When you look back at your career, do you have any regrets na you think na, oh, if I shouldn't have done this one specific job?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you think it's a straight line that every odd job, every very differently, like you can't really see the connection between the jobs? Do you think it all ultimately played a role in your learning and allowing you to become the professional you are today?
Well, put it this way: I've done good songs and I've done bad songs.
Yeah.
You know, and that quantity thing, I think, sort of worked for me because I
Mhm.
did a lot of output. No? I also got into advertising where I was doing jingles. No? And that
Yeah.
paid a lot of money. Ang
They
laki ng
pay
pera ng
well.
jingles.
Yeah.
And the thing was, I'll tell you a story, when you go to a client and they say, well, these are the lyrics, it's 30-second jingle. On the 14th second, papasok yung announcer hanggang sa 20th second, tapos babalik sa song, tapos on the 28th second, mag-iwan ka ng 2 seconds kasi papasok yung announcer sasabihin, also available in mini packs.
Uh-uh.
Okay? So that means measured na measured lahat, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I'm listening to them and they say, how long will it take you? And I go, well, give me a week. But the truth was, even before I left, while they were describing it, gawa ko na dito. But if I say na gawa ko na, tatawad sila, sabihin nila, dali naman pala eh.
Yes, that's
So I
right.
have to say, well, I need to a week to
Think
do
about
this, etc., etc. So
Right.
so that I deserve my high pay, right?
Oo,
That's
tama
smart,
yun.
that's
Tama
smart.
yun. That is a behavioral bias in my FQ book. It's called effort for payment.
Mm.
And the thing is, yeah, you learn from everything. Eh. If you're observant, otherwise you just keep committing the same mistakes. Eh.
Mm-hmm.
Like ako, for example, there's songs that when I write certain songs, I say this one is for me. Sometimes I say no, this one is for the record company. They need to sell
Mm-hmm.
this album. So once I've done that, I pretty much just do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Mm.
But at the same time, sometimes what you gave the record company did not make it, and what you did for yourself made it. So you
Yeah.
can't really predict also, no?
You
Pero
will know.
dapat in one album meron kang 1 or 2 or 3. I had an album where we had 9 hits out of 10.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So what I can really learn from this conversation is that yeah, it's difficult kasi it's not a steady stream of income
It's
that is
not. Yeah.
predictable. And that's why I like when you said that earlier on you would really do an 80-20. So kami kasi we would always say at least 20% put set it aside, save and invest. In your case, which is very good because of the erratic nature of the stream of income, what you did was 80% is save mo na. And just
Maniwala ka, when I bought my house,
mm,
kulang ako ng pera. So sabi ko my father-in-law said, why don't you borrow money from the bank? I said, what if I can't pay it? Sabi niya, then you restructure it. Sabi ko, what is restructuring? I had no idea what all of those things were, Sa nervous ko na hindi ko mababayaran yung loan ko,
yeah,
I paid it in a year.
yes,
I got all the jobs I could and paid it in a year and I owned my house. Sabi ko, wala akong utang.
great.
That's
No.
how my mentality worked.
Oo.
Now,
Because when I was growing up also, I didn't come from a family of plenty, no? I was a scholar. If I wasn't a scholar, I would have been public school.
mm-mm.
My mother had 10 children, sanay kami sa hand-me-downs, pag sa table, hindi ka naman kakain ng as much as you wanna eat, di ba? Share
Yes.
lahat, share lahat. So ganun yung mentality ko, parang, now that I'm on my own, I have to make sure everything is paid.
Yeah, for the information of the viewers who might not know, your father was the Secretary of Education.
No, he was the speechwriter about to be the Secretary of
About to
Education.
be the Secretary of Education of Ramon Magsaysay, si Mambo
Before
Mambo
yeah.
Magsaysay. And
When
he
the plane
was
crashed,
the plane when
Yeah.
it crashed. It is the plane crash that killed Ramon Magsaysay together with the father of Jim. And Jim, di ba kasi you said nga, I think I read this before, na your father had a very good reputation. And all the the pari and madre, they were just very willing to have you as their scholars. Ano? So, that's Ateneo for the boys. And yung mga babae, saan nagpunta?
Nag-Saint Scholastica, nag-Stella Maris, ano pa ba? Marinol. Marinol pa noon. So, ganun. We were all offered the scholarship. 10 kami magkakapatid.
Wow.
Yeah.
3 had already graduated. The 7 all got scholarships.
Yes, galing. Ano?
Galing.
So, yung mga tatay, you have to be very careful with your reputation. Just ko lang sabi, yung sinabi ni Mika Pineda, I have never stayed this long on a stream. This
Yeah.
content is so good. Thank you very much, Mika. Salamat din sa mga
Yeah.
halo-halo
Also
nyo.
to
Carlito Clap,
Jasper Tiongson.
Oo.
Thank you.
Luis.
Another Kumu creator.
Luis, siya rin.
Yeah. Okay. We do have just like
Yeah.
3 minutes left. Maybe we can ask like a closing asking of advice from you.
Yes.
We wish we could have more time. But to all the parents of these creative
Go ahead.
artists, kasi syempre kinakabahan na baka gugutumin yung anak, diba? No parent, no child want that. So what's your advice to the parents of these artists and to the artists themselves
Yes.
when they haven't really gotten the hang of it yet? Wala pa yung pera, diba? What is your advice for the parents?
Well, for me, that's a tall order, no. But I'll say this: if you really think you're an artist, then be unconditional about it. An artist creates art, no. The money, that's a tough one these days. 90% of artists are starving now. I'm not earning as much as I used to because I have no live performances. I have no endorsements, etc. Even budgets for that have all shrunk, right? But I'm lucky that I created a catalog that is still feeding me today, you know. And this catalog will probably go on the next 20 years because I've created classic songs. No? So I'm getting something out of that.
Passive income.
Yeah, but that's passive income. I'm also teaching. I'm also doing songwriting. I'm teaching guitar here, no, in Australia. I mean, basic talaga. This is the chord of C and F talagang. You know, normally, hindi mo pagtsatsagaan yun. Pero, you know, I find joy in many things. If I tell myself, I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna make it a positive thing for me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be grumpy while doing it, no?
Yes.
I'll totally embrace it and say, well, you know what? You can find happiness in anything. So, for parents, well, support your artists as much as you can. You know, what would you rather be? Just a starving artist or a overpaid alcoholic? Di ba? I thought of being a lawyer at one time, you know, because my father was a lawyer, and I told myself, oh my gosh, if I had been a lawyer, oh my gosh, siguro talagang ambulance chaser ako pag walang pera. You know, so I told myself, well, you know, my goal was not to be rich. My goal was to express myself. You know, the reason is because I probably put a lot of love into what I did. I think when you love something, it pays you back. I really believe that.
Okay, when you love something, it pays you back.
It pays you back, yeah. I truly believe that. I mean, you know, like my daughter, my gosh, Ateneo graduate and everything, went into fashion, went into, you know, now she's a chef in Paris.
Yeah.
And she loves doing it. My gosh, she's doing good.
Yeah.
Doing good. Tumigil lahat ng mga restaurants doon, ha? She put up her own business, delivery. And now the food critics in Paris are ordering from her.
Ganda.
And writing in their blogs about her.
I wish we had more time. We're about to end, and please do follow us on our socials. And Jim, baka you want to invite them, how they can reach you.
Okay, guys.
12.
Shameless plug, okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Find me on Instagram, Jim Paredes. TikTok, Jim Paredes 1000. What do you call this? Spotify, Jim Paredes. Jim Paredes channel. Look for my latest song, Nagmamahalan ng Totoo. I promise you a delightful experience, okay?
Okay. Thank you. Maraming salamat.